What's up guys, Joshua Andre here, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down for you exactly what certain terminology when we talk about blockchain, what does it all mean? Now the reason why I've decided to do this video for you guys is because what I've been seeing, especially in my earlier days of getting into cryptocurrency, getting into NFTs, getting into the Metaverse, getting into things like that, there's so much jargon, words, terminology floating around out there, and people kind of just expect you to understand it. You hear people saying, yeah, I'm just mining for the blockchain, getting the bitcoins, getting the Ethereum, getting all the cha-chings. But what they don't realize is that a lot of people don't fully appreciate this. Now, for yourself, if you've been hearing about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, ETH, all these different cryptocurrencies, and you maybe heard of the blockchain, you maybe heard of the way that it's mined, but you don't fully understand what it is, actually you're putting yourself at a bigger holdback than if you did know this. So that's why in this video I'm going to be literally going down to the detail about what exactly do we mean when we say blockchain. The reason why is because by understanding these terminologies, understanding what exactly this software, this technology is, it will allow you to not only have a deeper level of awareness to this, but also appreciate and be able to maximize your profits. Because now when you're doing the relevant research, which we're going to be covering on this channel too, it'll be a case of you won't just be looking at a coin and thinking, okay, this name kind of sounds cool, and I don't know, my brother Bob down the road told me to look into this coin, he says it's going to go to the moon. Now it's a case whereby you understand the software, you understand the terminology, you understand where the world, where the planet is moving, what direction technology is shifting. So now when you understand that, it's a case whereby when you're doing the right research into a new coin, into a new software, into a new NFT, now it's purely the case whereby you can see, hey, I understand what blockchain is, I understand the direction that it's moving, the capabilities of it, the benefits of it, but this coin that I'm looking into actually doesn't quite match with the way things I see are going. Or it might be the case where you're like, you know what, this coin is going to make a difference in the world. Now, like a video that we shared a few days ago when we was talking all about having your form, having the right form. And if you haven't checked out that video, I'll link the video in one of the corners so you can check out that video on how you can not get swept away by the markets. Even if the markets are going down, how you can still make a profit. Even if the markets are going up, how you can make a profit too by keeping and holding your form. So that's why today is all about blockchain. What is the blockchain? Now, just to kick this video off, a lot of people would think that blockchain, maybe you've heard of it before, is something that solely just powers Bitcoin. Now, yes, the blockchain is utilizing Bitcoin, but it's not just for Bitcoin. The blockchain has so many other uses, and maybe in a later video I'll talk about the Metaverse and Web 3.0. If you want to learn a bit more about the Metaverse and the new web and the way that we're shifting, comment below, type in Web 3.0, and I'll make sure to share a video with you very soon. But the way that the blockchain is, the way that the technology is, all blockchain is a chain of blocks. Okay, now I know as I say that it's going to be you're visualizing blocks in a chain, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos out there talking about blockchain maybe like that. And I know when I first started, it was a case where I was like, oh my gosh, I went through so many videos trying to understand what blockchain technology was, the amount of animations that I saw online, the amount of articles that I read, still just to get to the other side and be like, what the heck is blockchain? So right now, that's why in this video, I'm going to be simplifying it into the easiest way for you to understand. So if we just first of all understand blockchain and the way that it is used to almost store data, almost track data, almost put data into a system. So what do I mean by this? I mean, imagine a system of blocks. Let's just utilize the terminology right now. And these blocks, imagine it as data. Now, when this data is verified, is happening in this system, then once it's verified, it's the reason why they say chain is because it's added onto the end of each of these. So all you got to do to simplify it is just imagine data being chained onto the end. Now, the key thing to remember about this is that this data, once it's in the chain, you cannot, okay, I repeat, you cannot change it. Once that data is there, it's there for not just forever, but for everyone to see. So the only way that we could maybe change something is by adding a new block to the chain and adding something different, changing something. Now, for now, don't worry if you don't quite grasp the whole what's the reason for having these change. Just understand, imagine data on this chain, and it can only be changed by adding a new bit of data onto the end. Once the data is in the chain, you cannot change it, you cannot take away from it, you cannot add to it. Okay, now the second thing to understand about this blockchain technology is all to do with understanding that if you think about some years back, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years back, whenever we had data in the form of what people would call a ledger, okay, just imagine a notebook. Back in the day, it was a case whereby data or things that you wrote down was in a book. This book was then stored away. Then if you wanted to reanalyze this data, or you wanted to look back at this data, you would take the book, open it up, look inside. Then over some years, this would change from now not needing a book, but now going onto the internet. Maybe you're putting a database online, or maybe you're just putting a database into your software on your computer. Then it'll be the case whereby you put the data in there. Then when you want to access it, you click on the file, open it up, and you can see it there. Now, the positives of this is that it's relatively easy access. Obviously, it's not the quickest access, but there's somewhat relatively easy access. And the fact that you can store it somewhere. The downside is that you imagine taking that book. If that book was destroyed, what would happen? If that book was destroyed, it would now be a case whereby actually that data's gone. That data's gone forever. So meaning if you had something important like passwords or people's data or email addresses or a whole database, if that's gone, then your database is gone, the passwords are gone, everything's gone. Okay, same thing with the database online. Now it's a case whereby it's online and it could get tampered with. Think about passwords, hackers could get to it. It could be a case whereby the hard drive or something goes bust and then you can no longer access it. Now when it comes to blockchain, the benefit of this is yes, it's online, it's out there, but because of the way that these ledgers are stored, it's not just stored in one place like on that book or one place like on that computer. Now it's stored in what some would say call a network, meaning that if one person in this network has this data, everyone else has access to this data too. Everyone else is holding this data, keeping it going. Meaning if one person in that database gets corrupted, maybe some hacker tries to corrupt it, or maybe their system gets infiltrated, all the other people in the network still have all the records of, for example, those passwords, for example, that database, for example, those transactions. Meaning that now the benefit of this is that your privacy is now the benefit of this means that your privacy is at a much better standard, right? There's a lot more trustworthiness because you've got all these different things holding this system together and it's there. Now the third and final thing that I want to cover in this very short introduction to blockchain and what it is all about not needing for intermediaries. What do I mean when I say intermediaries? Very simple. It's things like banks, things like lawyers, things like middlemen, whereby in the past or actually right now, you're trusting with, let's say, your data. You're trusting with, let's say, your money. You're trusting with, let's say, that service. Now, because on the blockchain, all these transactions, all these items, all these things are logged in there for everyone to see, everyone to access. And it's a case whereby if one person goes, it's okay. You've got all these other people in the network supporting this blockchain, meaning that now there's no need to go to a bank to sort out your stuff. There's no need to go to that person who they can verify the transaction or legitimize the transaction or legitimize the service. Now it's a case whereby everything's out in the open, which might sound scary to some, but actually it's a very big benefit because now we can see what's the difference between something that's real and fake. Like as of now, if you was to, let's say, purchase this, if I was to sell you this, actually right now you wouldn't necessarily know if this is a real item or a fake item. But if this was on the blockchain, you would very easily, very quickly be able to see if this is real or fake because it's all logged there. Another example of this, and I think the easiest way to explain a lot of these things is through examples, because sometimes with all the technical words, all the terminology, it's very easy to get lost in this space. It's very easy to be like, oh my gosh, cryptocurrency, oh my gosh, the metaverse, oh my gosh, blockchain, oh my gosh, everything. But when you use an example, it's very easy to see why. So for example, some industries like the car industry, it's very easy for people to manipulate, let's say, for example, the mileage. When you're selling your car, obviously the higher mileage, the less that someone will pay for it. So it's very easy to manipulate the dial, for example. But if it was on the blockchain, when it's taking regular updates, this thing cannot be tampered with, or it's very, very hard for hackers to tamper with this. So actually, as we're moving forward, especially into the metaverse, especially into Web 3.0, what we're going to be finding is that this is what's going to separate where the web is right now with regards to social media, the internet that we know as of today, and, for example, Web 3.0 going into the metaverse. And one final example of how this shift can be seen is even through the example of whenever you buy a game now, on a game, let's say for example Fortnite, a popular game, or Call of Duty, you go on that game, you buy a certain skin or a certain suit. On that game is the only place that you can wear that skin, wear that suit. If you was to go, let's say buy in Call of Duty, in Fortnite, you wouldn't be able to wear it. In Fortnite, if you used to buy this skin, you wouldn't be able to wear it in Call of Duty. But with the help of the blockchain and linking all of this together in the metaverse and moving forward, now it's a case whereby if I was to buy some NFT or some item in one world, I would be able to take it into another world with me, which is pretty cool in the sense that now you're not having to double buy skins. Just like in this reality, you buy one top, you can take it and use it wherever. So just like that, that's how things are shifting into a more secure, more privacy, more open source setting. So I hope that clarifies a bit more on what blockchain is, how it can benefit you, and really the importance of understanding what exactly cryptocurrency is and all these terminology. Because traditionally, investors would never go into a market or somewhere without doing the right research, right? But nowadays, the reason why most people, actually we did a video about why 80+% of people are actually losing money in the crypto space. If you want to check out that video on how to not be part of the 80+%, I'll link it somewhere around this video. But the majority of people are losing money sheerly and purely down to the fact that they don't understand this stuff. They hear someone talking and saying, oh my gosh, this coin went from $1 to $10 or $1 to $100. You're going to go to the moon, you're going to 10x, you're going to 100x. I'm sure you've heard all of these things recently. But when people hear that, they jump in because they don't want to miss out, right? They have that fear of missing out. But if you take the time to do the right research, understand where is this reality going? Where is this technology advancing to? How are things shifting? Now you can very easily see the real stuff through the fake stuff. So excuse the pun for blockchain as well, but that's the way things are shifting and the way things are moving. So if you got any value from this video, it helped you understand what exactly blockchain is, how exactly these things are working for the better of moving technology and advancing it, then make sure to give the video a like as well. Share your love. Let us know in the comments what you thought. If there's any questions or any things you want us to go through, then make sure to leave a comment and we'll be checking back through the comments. Also, if you are not already, make sure to follow the Twitter account, which is MetaWealth by IAC, because on there we're going to be giving you guys full and complete insights very often, especially as well these videos. We're going to be doing these videos on YouTube daily, but they take some time to edit, upload, process everything and get the information to you. But on Twitter, it's very easily available to get the information to you. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well so you don't miss out on any of these daily videos where we're going to be sharing with you exactly anything to do with NFTs, cryptocurrency, blockchain, metaverse, and anything that can raise your wealth, raise your abundance, and help you to have the best life that you want. On that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.